Hello again everybody, it's me, Madame Macabre, and I am back with another Monday Storytime video. So as you can see behind me, there's no green screen right now because things are kind of chaotic right now. I'm actually getting ready to move to a new apartment, so that explains all of that. But I figured I would share a couple stories with you guys from the recent visit I had with my friend Rowan, aka Stupid Crow. So we don't normally get to hang out a whole lot because she's all the way down closer to Portland in Oregon, and I'm way up here, so when we do get to hang out, we usually try and shoot for a couple days so we can hang out for a while and have a little more fun rather than just driving all the way and then all the way back. So Rowan actually took this thing called the Bolt Bus from Portland up to Seattle, and I actually live below or down lower south of Seattle, so it was like overshooting for like an hour, so I had to drive up and then get her and then come back. So that was interesting. We had some stories from up in Seattle. I mean, the first time I went up to Seattle, there wasn't anything really weird, no weird experiences. The bus was like 45 minutes late, so I just went to the nearest Starbucks and decided to hang out there and wait for it to arrive. And while I was hanging there, there was a group of police officers just having their coffee and pastries there, and one of them spotted I've got this purse that's got like this really cool Boba Fett design, and they're like, "Oh my god, is that Boba Fett on your purse?" So I had like a good 15-minute conversation with Seattle PD about Boba Fett and Star Wars, and that was an experience. Space bounty hunters bringing people together. So I got Rowan, we came back to my place, and aside from hanging out, we also had several projects we were thinking about working on, one of which involves film, and she actually brought a lot of costume stuff with her for shooting some of the horror-related stuff. I've given you guys a hint about this in one of my update videos. This is the project that I was talking about. Well, the day that we went out to do shooting, she actually got into like full costume and makeup for Jeff the Killer. And it's like really intense looking by the time it's done, and she's even got these shoes with these, they don't look like they're massive heels, they look like just men's dress shoes, but they add quite a few inches of height, but I guess they're kind of difficult to walk in. It was interesting because I'm on the third floor in this really old building with like badly constructed Victorian stairs. So yeah, I had to be the handler. I had to help her down the stairs so there wasn't an accident. That was interesting. It's always fun seeing other people see you when you're on the road, when either you or one of your friends is in like full intense costume, because when people notice, oh, they notice. And we got a couple old people who are just like, if you looking disgusted, if you just like trying to point out to the driver because, you know, we're gone by the time the driver looks, but it's always fun to catch some reactions. I don't know, it's good stuff to me. So we get to the park, and it's like just starting to hit dusk by the time we get there, so it's like really good lighting. And we start shooting some footage, some creepy footage, and of course, like, there's people running around, and like every time we're about to get a good shot, we've got the perfect angle and all this stuff set up, and then some noisy teenager with their friends come like jogging or walking along, and like we have to wait for them to leave and get out of earshot before we can try again. And we felt little bits of our soul dying as we tried to shoot the same scene like the 9th time. It was bad, you guys. But we did have a really cool experience while we were there, because as we were shooting one of the creepier scenes, we were just lining up to get the shot right and everything, and as we are about to start shooting, funny enough, this nice couple comes walking up the trail, and they just like freeze because they see Rowan in full costume, and the boyfriend is just like, oh no, I saw that and I was about to run. But they were actually really interested because we were telling them what we were doing. Now we're shooting some videos, we're gonna try and do a web series with it, and they got all interested. Well, the girlfriend was kind of like, I don't want to get near you, but the boyfriend, he was super into it, and he's like, oh, can we be in it? And it was the greatest thing. So we got some impromptu actors, so we went ahead and we were needing a scene with some other people anyway, and we didn't have to go out and find actors for it because these people just fell right in front of us, and it actually worked out great, and they were really good at acting. Turns out he was actually a drama nerd, so it was fantastic. But they were like, the girlfriend eventually like warmed up. Like they ended up seeing us again after we had shot the footage because it had gotten dark and we were heading out, and we just see a flashlight coming towards us. And once again, they're like freezing because they see the costume and all that. They're like, hey, it's you again. And that time the girlfriend was a lot more calmed down and hey, and they had to get pictures and stuff because they were actually from Florida, and they're like, oh my God, we have an interesting, a crazy Washington story to take back. So we hope we made their trip a little more memorable, but they were super great, so they're gonna be in some of the footage that we shot, and it's fantastic. We didn't end up leaving until it was like pretty late and super dark, and we were starving, so we're like, let's go to Dairy Queen, we want some food. And it's always fun, once again, back in the car, but going through drive-thrus in full FX makeup is an interesting experience. We're thinking, oh great, like, are the other people in Dairy Queen gonna freak out and be like, oh my God, and think it's some, like, crazy thing, want a picture or something. But, okay, you guys, we get up, we pull up, stop at the window, and, the cashier does not even bat an eye, just looks over, like, hands the food, takes the money, does not even bat an eye over the fact that we've got this terrifying FX makeup. And then, like, I'm thinking, like, what? Nerves of steel? I don't know. And no joke, he goes, is there some kind of Halloween event going on? Because you guys are not the first people in costume we've seen tonight. Not the first people in costume? It's literally like the beginning of September. So, I know there's no events going on, so there's other people up to costume cosplay shenanigans, apparently, in that particular area, and you're not the first ones dressed up like that. Wow. I don't know, maybe the real Jeff the Killer was craving some Dairy Queen, had to get a blizzard or something. I don't know. But my goodness, it was a productive trip. I got so much work started. Like, rather than just hanging out and chilling and, like, watching TV and stuff, we actually got to work on a whole bunch of projects. We are doing a huge collaboration that is coming up soon, and it'll be fun. It's gonna be a new song. I won't tell you anything about it because I want it to be a complete surprise, but oh my gosh, this is on top of the other collaboration I mentioned in the previous video, so now I'm working on 2 big collaborations, but it's great. This is all gonna be great, and it's a lot of really cool collaborative stuff for you guys. And even though I told myself, no more costumes, no more costumes this year, you got 3 you're working on now, you don't need any more costumes, I might have started another costume. I can't help myself. We discussed it. Just the idea was bouncing around over the course of the visit, and I was like, I want to do that too. And in the course of that one day, we went to the fabric store, and then it happened. I'm already a little less than halfway done with this new costume. I'm ashamed. I have no self-control when it comes to cosplay. It's bad. But yeah, we had a really great time, and it was so good to see a friend that I don't get to see very often. And on the last day when I had to take Rowan up to Seattle again, that was when it got interesting because, let me tell you guys, a very aggressive homeless man almost popped my tire. Yeah, it was terrifying. Basically, we were taking our exit off the freeway to get over to where the buses are, and of course, right as we are pulling up, the turn arrow turns red, and there's like nobody coming, but it just turned red. We're stuck here, and this very disturbed looking homeless man starts coming up to the car, and he walks around my car, like literally so close his body must be touching the vehicle. He's walking behind the car, and he goes around to the passenger side, and Rowan can see him in the rear view mirror. He ducks down out of view, and he sets something down behind my tire. Like, he clearly set something down. And at this point, I'm like, what's going on? And so I'm just like, turn light, turn light, turn light. And thank God the light turned. It's a good thing that my car didn't roll back. I mean, it could have rolled back, but I was so scared, I literally floored it to the ground, and we tore around that corner like nobody's business. So there was no time for it to roll back. We just took off like a screaming demon out of hell. But the reason I know he was intending to pop our tire is because no sooner did we make it through the intersection that behind us we heard a really loud pop! And at first I was like, did somebody shoot somebody? And then we realized that it was the sound of someone's car tire popping behind us. Like, seriously, if we had rolled back even just a little bit, the tire would have popped. I don't know if we've been stranded there with, like, him circling around us like a shark. I don't even know what the intentions were, but that was freaking scary, man. I don't know, man, but that was spooky. I don't want to ever experience anything like that again. That was too real, man. Fun adventures. That's a thing. Well, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed some of those stories. It's not like one particular story stretching. It's a whole bunch of little stories, but that's what has kept me busy over the last weekend and all that stuff going on. And I figured I'd share that with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed these crazy stories. I will catch you all next time. That is all for now. Bye-bye.